Good morning. It's 11 a.m. I slept past my alarm. Apologies for the late upload. Keeping up with the trend with the most recent episodes here on the channel, we have free news yet again. Lots of free stuff to talk about, but so much more. We've got some juicy Easter eggs about SIRIUS, including his potential release date, as well as what trio he might be fitting into. So guys, strap in, get your blankies, get your snackies. It's Brawl news time, dude. Come on. Starting things off, as we've been doing, checking in with the current Brawlentines Day event. We are getting into it, right? We're about to get into our third date here, and this time it's with Rosa. Of course, with every phase one, if we achieve the goal, the takedown goal with Rosa or any of the other dates, we get that free love box coming tomorrow, which we already got. These takedown goals are way too easy. It's free for us, man. But I'm not gonna lie, the phase two has some pretty serious potential. We can get a maximum of 8 chaos drops with phase two of Rosa's date, which is quite a lot. And I don't know how you guys feel about chaos drops. I've been incredibly lucky with them since they've been released. I'm not trying to flex or anything, but this happened to me yesterday, bro. Absolutely insane. Have you guys been getting lucky with the chaos drops, dude? They're so much fun. But the way the track record has been going on our phase twos, it seems like we are comfortably able to get to that second tier of the rewards. The end result of yesterday's date with Angelo, we ended up getting that middle tier yet again, getting 1,000 power points. So 1,000 coins, 1,000 power points for free. So if we keep up that same pace, hey, I ain't gonna complain about 5 free chaos drops either, you know? But with that out of the way, it's time to dive into a significant Easter egg about SIRIUS that I ended up stumbling across a few days ago, and I have been seeing a little bit of conversation about it inside of the community. A potential release date leak, Easter egg, sneak peek. Dev team stuff, you know, they like to tell us stuff quietly. So to kick this off, an important note or date that we should all know by now is the next Brawl Talk. It is scheduled to come out on the 21st here. So I don't know if you guys have been checking your calendar or anything like that recently. That's in 3 days. That's crazy. This Saturday. So it's going to be coming out mid Brawlentines Day event, seeing that it ends on February 25th. And I think this is very intentional. I'm sure you guys saw this poster on SIRIUS with all the crazy documents that were sent to the content creators. But one thing about it really stands out, if you'd ask me. As you can see with his shadow puppetry, we can see him holding up 4 fingers as well as 2 fingers with his shadow. I suppose manipulating his own shadow, seeing that he can do that, right? But I think this was by design from the Brawl Stars dev team. We have 2 and 4, which is the 24th. The 24th of February, a few days after the Brawl Talk, I believe SIRIUS is going to be released. And we're not just really going on hunches, there's other interesting coincidences that are lining up, helping to confirm, which we'll dive into. So a few Brawl News episodes ago here on the channel, we ended up highlighting a really weird Easter egg when it came to the notes or the patch about the Brawlentines Day event and the dates that were going on. In total and announced during the video and everything like that, we have a grand total of 5 dates. But there's a hidden secret 6th date if you end up changing your language to something other than English. So in settings, switching it on over to Spanish, and we check again, and as you can see, we have a 6th date down there, and we have that shrugging emoji. Now, initially, I didn't know what it was. It could have been something secret, a fun Easter egg, something significant, but now with the context that we have with the poster 2 and 4, if we do have this secret 6th date, it would fall perfectly within the timeline that is making sense for a SIRIUS release date on the 24th. So we have Rosa's date, phase 2, wrapping up on the 19th. We then have our 4th date wrapping up on the 21st. The 5th date wrapping up on the 23rd, and then potentially the secret 6th date starting on the 24th. I would assume announcing SIRIUS's release and him coming to the game, and then maybe wrapping up, possibly getting phase 2. I don't know if we're actually going to go on a date with SIRIUS or something like that and get some free rewards, but I think it's in there just to Easter egg the fact that SIRIUS should be coming out on the 24th. And with the event ending on the 25th, Brawl Talk coming out on the 21st with a few days grace for sneak peeks, 3 days normally, and then 24th, I think it makes sense for him to come. Just fits perfectly, you know? Mark those calendars. I think SIRIUS should be coming out on the 24th. Super fun, super interesting. But with that in mind, the next question I think is important to ask is what trio is SIRIUS going to be fitting into? Initially, leading up to all the speculation that we've been doing here on the channel for this 100th brawler SIRIUS, we were assuming that he'd be fitting into the Larry Lori trio, seeing that they're the security at Star Park, and through them, I think he could keep tabs on everyone. It just kind of makes sense. But seeing that he's got this circus vibe to him, I shouldn't say vibe, he's literally the headliner for for the Star Circus. It's gotten a lot of people talking and thinking it'd make much more sense for him to fit into the Bizarre Circus trio along with Charlie. I even saw a ton of people thinking that SIRIUS kind of had a similar vibe to like Ziggy as well as Gigi, even though they're in separate trios. Also, I'm not saying that Venya is making that claim or anything. He ended up discovering that in one of Ziggy's photos, we can see that eye there, as well as the eye on the glove that controls Gigi. Seeing that SIRIUS is behind the mask and he's got an eye watching everyone inside of Star Park, I think it kind of makes sense. Also saw a lot of theories and people coming up with cool Easter eggs that maybe the glove is somehow, or SIRIUS is somehow responsible for the glove puppeting Gigi. I was so certain that he would be fitting into that Star Hub trio along with Larry and Lori, but I think right now it could be chalked. There's just too many potentials that make a bit more sense. And as you guys know, when it comes to trios in the game, they all have like a similar vibe, follow like a same similarities and stuff like that with their environments and how they interact within Star Park. And what we have right now with SIRIUS just doesn't make a whole lot of sense there, so could be chalked. As well as if you take a deeper dive into the lore in some of the documents that was sent to the creators, there was a handful of brawlers that were around during the same time SIRIUS was that had interactions with SIRIUS and relationships within that Star Circus environment, you know, before Star Park. We've got Candy BS linking all the brawlers that were mentioned in the rollout or the Easter eggs about SIRIUS. Not all of them were around during his time, but are within his story, kind of. I don't know, there's just too many questions to be answered right now about his trio. You guys should let me know what makes sense in your eyes. I think it'd be cool for him to fit into that Bizarre Circus trio. Might make sense. But then finally, to wrap up this episode here today, of course, we gotta talk about the free stuff available to us here today. As you guys know, with the Lunar New Year countdown going on right now, we have the pin. I'm sure you guys claimed it by now. But that's not the only countdown free track that we have going on here. As we mentioned in yesterday's video, there's a track that we have over here on the Supercell store that I don't want you guys to forget about, so make sure to hop on over here. Today's freebie is 88 power points. Seeing that our last free reward was 8 gems, it seems like they're keeping that consistent with the 8s with 88 power points, so we'll have to wait and see what the next one is. Maybe 88 coins, something like that. But still more to be cooking over here. Make sure to check in when you can and claim your stuff. But yeah, man, that's just about all I got for you guys here in this episode today. So much fun stuff happening right now in Brawl Stars. I've been saying this so much with people that I just play Brawl Stars with or who are fans of the game. There's so much interesting stuff happening right now. It feels like a few years ago, the interest in Brawl Stars is kind of going up. With all the free rewards, we've got Lucky Day every day, so many free love boxes, the SIRIUS lore. It's been a good time. Hopefully you guys have been having fun. But of course, be sure to stay tuned. We have so much more stuff right around the corner with phase 2 of Rosa tomorrow. We got Brawl Talk right around the corner and a lot more stuff to keep you guys up to date with, which I will do so. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you. Love ya. And we'll see you in the next one. Adios. Take care.